The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 310. You get the Nasdaq off 90. S&Ps are off 30. Gold contract down 15 bucks, 13.32. We have silver down 42 cents, $16.73. Light sweet crude off a buck, 64.72. Notes and bonds, it's all red. Notes are down 17 ticks, 120.22. 30-year bond, 1.5 points down, 140.502. King dollar up 6.70. Counter trend bounce happening, 89.170 to 89.170. Euro is 124.25 to 1 U.S. dollar. Yen is at 110.37 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Friday morning. How are we doing?
Good Friday morning, and bottom line is that today we're talking about Sherwin-Williams red.
Different world, man. We got a different week, different world market. I believe I heard this could be the biggest down week in almost a couple years, and that shouldn't be surprising if you've been in the market for a couple weeks because, man, it's been a few days of 200 points, 300 points down, which we have not seen in a while for sure.
We haven't. And percentage-wise, what you have out here, folks, is this. Percentage-wise, you get the Dow Industrials right now down 1.1, Nasdaq's down 1.1, S&Ps are down 0.7. Inside the Dow, it's all basically, let's see. Do we have anyone? Oh, there you go. So they're starting to buy. The bottom line, you got window dressing here, folks. My take is that, yeah, I'm a bear, but you know what? When you got everything down across the board and you got window dressing, stay tuned for some nice volatility out here, man, because this is like almost a classic. Do you know what I'm saying?
When are they going to put Amazon into the Dow to turn that around?
Seriously. So let's look at Amazon. Amazon right now, that's up 67 bucks. It had been up as much as over 100. It hit 14.98 this morning. Bottom line, big number. Monster number, actually. Google, now just the opposite. Google had a big gap away, man, on the way down. Google's down 60 bucks. You're trading out at 11.08. Look at that move there. That's pretty intense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Amazon, the numbers are always staggering when we look at Amazon. And, Jeff Bezos, I believe he owns somewhere in the ballpark of 80 million shares. Stock's up $80, call it. That's $6.4 billion overnight. That's quite a Friday.
That is sick.
Seriously.
Let's just see this for a second. Where is he? So funny. Hold on. That's interesting. Maybe I did this the wrong way. 1 second. AMZN. Because he always comes up first.
Oh, he's going to be there first,
yeah,
I'm
exactly,
sure. Right,
exactly.
I know.
There
and
it is.
Just as you go through it, and I haven't dug too deep into the numbers, but I know they really surprised on the Alexa. We're always talking about it. I found myself, so I was in the office until almost like 3 o'clock yesterday, right? Was home watching your program, watching the numbers come out. And so I'm listening to your program. I'm listening to Bloomberg to get the numbers right as they come out, to listen to those as well. And one of the hosts, they were talking about Alexa, of course, and I found myself discovering new tools on the Alexa that you can play Jeopardy. You can play. So I was playing Jeopardy with my Alexa last night.
Really?
I was. Yeah. You got to set it up, man. You say, Alexa, let's play some Jeopardy or something. That's literally all you say. And what's cool about it is it's actually the same exact categories that they have nightly on Jeopardy with an extra question. So every night you have 5 categories on Jeopardy, and then they do double Jeopardy, right? Another 5 categories where they have all the questions. So you can go in now, even if you're not a Prime member, You go in, you can play Jeopardy, you get your 5 different categories, so there's 5 different questions. It asks you a different question than was on the show from that category. And then if you're a Prime member, you get to play Double Jeopardy. You get 5 more questions, one from from the Double Jeopardy categories. But I was sitting there saying, man, this is so cool. I'm pretty in tune with Alexa, I think, but even myself, I have no idea the capabilities. I think there's something like 4,000 different devices now. That was kind of a stat that came out in the Consumer Electronics Show. 4,000 devices from about 1,200 brands that can connect to the Alexa. And if they just keep plowing, I mean, it's just staggering. The potential.
He was quoted that the acceleration was better than they thought, and he's going to double down on it now. That was his quote.
I kind of snickered at that because I have a feeling that they are going full speed regardless of what they did with that, knowing the potential.
Right.
But I guess, as in, I feel like they already have the pedal to the metal.
Oh.
If they're saying they're going to double down, I don't even know what that means because
seriously,
every earnings they talk about that they've surpassed it, right? I mean, even last holiday season, I think it was like the Echo was the #1 selling product. It's a consistent,
right.
I think that's more of a PR. But guess what? It worked because we're talking about it. Bloomberg was talking about it.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my living room playing Jeopardy with myself because of that. So it's remarkable.
That really is, man. Yeah. So I got Bezos up. So right now he's got 78,893,280 shares, 16.3% of the company he owns.
It's so remarkable, man. I mean, when you look at it, for every $10 that stock moves, you're talking about almost $1 billion, $800 million in value for his ownership. And last night it was jumping around at almost $100. I mean, just staggering levels. It's interesting to think about that. We've always seen the richest person on the planet be somewhat in the same stratosphere as the second, the third, and the fourth. And I have a feeling, man, that he has the ability to just be out of this planet if things, I mean, just in the last...
Seems it, because there's very...
months, right? He's gone from, Amazon was under 1,000, it's now approaching 1,500. And they don't seem like they are going to be slowing down anytime soon. They're just starting their health venture. Alexa still, they're saying they're just going to double down on that. It's not like they're maturing in any way.
And he owns so much. There's very few public companies. Gates had it and Ballmer had it, and they had it for years, and they start, pushing it off. But other than that, I don't remember, even Steve Jobs, he owned a lot of it. I guess Steve Jobs would have been the same, too,
I don't know if he had 20%. I don't know. We'll have to look that up because it is so staggering, that level at that type, and just where they are in their maturity cycle. I mean, I don't know where Microsoft was when Bill Gates became the richest person on the planet, but I just get the sense that, and I was too young almost to be in the market at then, but man, they're so early. They have so much growth, and their PE is out of this world, so that's factored in there, But still, it's crazy, and they crushed it on earnings. Amazon Web Services, that's only going to grow. They just have growth potential all over the place, man.
Yeah, it's huge. There's no doubt. So if we pull this up right now and just look at it, you can see. Yeah, I mean, North America, 3-year growth, 27%. Internationally, 17%. Their web services is growing at 55%. This number is wrong, actually, because saying 55% in 3 years, their web services grew 40% year over year, folks.
They came in at like $3 something, and they were supposed to come in at $1 something. Just insanity.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now are down at 289. You get the Nasdaq off 79. S&Ps are down 28. Let's go to Paul in Henderson, Nevada. Paul, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, guys? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Let's
Good
make it a
morning,
great weekend, man. Let's make it a great Super Bowl. Patriots.
Absolutely.
Watch out.
Well, obviously, I know who you guys got.
Patriots Nation, baby.
Yeah. Oh, my
yeah,
God.
buddy. I bet you guys are. You got to have a great weekend. You guys having a party planned or anything like that?
Yep.
We'll be watching that game. You know, it's interesting, just to throw it in, some people, I went to Villanova, and so I have so many Philadelphia fans, so this one's even bigger than usual. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
Totally.
man. It's going to be exciting.
It
so
will.
Bitcoin, what do you guys think here? On my GDAX chart, we completed that huge ABC down. It hit it, if I have this measured out correctly, approximately at 7,800. We went a little bit lower to about 74. You guys think the bounce is on, or are we going to do an extension and this thing's toast?
My take, Paul, is that it's toast, you know, and the reason being is that, you know, you have the gap that it went after, but the velocity of how it went after it is pretty intense, man. I mean, you know.
It's pretty wild, 7,500, right? When we were just at 20,000 December 15th.
Yeah. So, you know, you could play the bounce here, I guess, but it looks to me like 4,000's game, 4,700.
You know, Paul, I know you watch these all the time. What is your take with, I mean, just, it's not just Bitcoin, right? I mean, across the board, you have every single one facing, you know, you have Ethereum at 9.10, down 16%, I'm showing. You got Ripple at 85 cents, down 14%. Usually there would be some rotation early on in these where if people were selling Bitcoin, they might be buying some of these other cryptos, but lately they've all been trading pretty close to together.
Yeah, they've all been getting hammered big time, and it's that's just the way it goes. I mean, they went up so fast, and here's the other side of the market. So
And
I think a lot of people are getting really scared right now and starting to dump, and it's probably why I think we're going to get the bounce here pretty soon.
yeah, well, listen, so when you look at this, if you're watching, you know, the Tiger TV here, right? See on the right-hand side, and Tommy and I, we've been watching this a lot, and it's important to watch this a lot now because you're getting. We've had volatility in it, but now you're getting a lot of trades, man.
Look at that volume, right?
Yeah. So at the CBOE, you've done 7,500 contracts, but that's only one coin apiece. The CME, you've almost done 2,000, so that's almost 10,000 coins.
CME is 5 contracts per, 5 Bitcoin per contract, yeah.
So there's real action there.
That's bigger than I've seen at any time, I think.
It is the biggest. That's right. And accelerated yesterday, accelerated today, and that's probably because it's been a two-way market out here today,
Yes.
And what you get in this, like, meaning a two-way market, Paul, is that, and if you're looking at the CME, those are professional investors, period. Those are not the retail market, You
got to buy 5 of them, so that's a big number.
Right. And so I suspect what they did, they're looking at that gap. They said, okay, we'll buy it. And guess what? They're going to be selling it, at 9,000 or something. And then
I was going to say the same thing Paul had said. That's a lot of people probably as this goes to 8,000, 7,500, looking for a bounce potentially and seeing some volume in there.
Right.
Sure, because, man, it would be so staggering just mentality-wise if we were below 5,000. It would be unfathomable when we were launching CME futures at 20,000 less than 6 weeks ago. So that's a head game for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it wasn't long ago. We were at 7,000 and it crashed. It seemed like a crash at that point. It came all the way down to about 5,500, 5,000 approximately. And it looked horrible. And then now when you look at that on the chart, it's just a little blip on the radar.
It is.
Because from there, we ran all the way up to the 20,000. So let me ask you this, Tom. Is there any way to tell if those traders in the CME are net short or net long, or is it just all you have is volume?
All as I have is volume here. That's going to be interesting. That's a good.
Dig into it. I wonder if
that's a
there
good
is
question, though. Yeah, that's a good question.
Because there was something showing. Remember that article, Tom, you sent me a while back about the biggest players in the market in terms of their open interest. So there is some type of statistics there in terms of open interest. So we'll have to dig into that because that's as we start reaching unforeseen levels to the short side, it will be interesting to see because, man, if you caught some of this short on the downside, just like people are buying for a pop, I think at some point if you were short at 10, 12, 13, let alone if you ever got fortunate enough to 15 or 20,000, at some point you have to take some of those profits, right?
Well, I think you do.
Absolutely.
The cool thing, Tom and Paul, is that you not only take them. I mean, when I'm on one side of the market, you not only take them, then you go long. I mean, that puts real juice underneath the marketplace because you say, okay, now a two-way market's a cool thing because you close out one, bang, you're banging in the other like pretty quick because you just figure that's it. You know what I mean?
Especially for Bitcoin because I feel like that's something that is going to be around, and there's only going to be 22 million of them. So at some point, I feel like there's some value, much more so than some of the other ICOs or whatever it is that, there might be hundreds of billions of them and they might go to zero. There is some value and there should be some type of support at some level. But, yeah, I mean, quite a run up to 20,000, just going back. It doesn't take long. I mean, where were we? You're going back to November 11th. We were at 6,000,
Right.
So pretty remarkable.
And remember, folks. Okay.
Was it true that the Interactive Brokers was requiring 5 times the margin to go short? I believe I heard that on the show, and I might have read an article about that. But I think that he was really freaked out about the short side, and he was increasing the margin requirements for that.
There were big margins. I remember we discussed it. There were big margins.
Yeah, he didn't want anyone trading it. That's the bottom line, But guess what? He's a big broker-dealer, but that didn't matter. Once the CME went up, man, bottom line, it's going to be traded.
Yeah, and they just wanted to make sure they were covered, which they put the type of margins that should pretty much make sure that they're covered just because it's so much money at stake.
Right. And don't forget, folks, okay, so Sunday night, I mean, if you haven't opened up a Nadex account yet, go open a demo account because what you're going to have here, well, listen, even all day today, you can open it right now and play with this, right today because you have these weekly spreads. Now, these close out at 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah, and they open, I believe it's like 8 a.m. on Mondays that they open.
Yes, right.
But this one, for instance, opened, 6.2 to 16.2. It was at about 11,200.
Yeah.
Was the middle of that 10,000 spread. that's a way to short it, man, if you're looking for it, especially. It's a way to go long, too, but there's very few ways to short it. But either way, you have some defined risk, which is nice.
Right. Like right now, it's interesting right now. So, you know, if you were buying it, your defined risk would be 265. 265. Yeah. That's the max.
So they have you in there. I'm seeing the market. It's 87.75 by 88.55. So the market's at 86.73. And because of that risk reward, you know, your bid is $200 above current market, which, you know, isn't too dramatic when you look at your loss potential is capped to 6,200.
Right.
And it's not outlandish that we could be at 6,200 by the end of the day if something really crazy started happening.
Paul, stay right there for a second. Paul, Tommy, and myself, we're going to be coming right back, folks. Dow right now is down 267. Nasdaq's off, where is she? 57. S&Ps are off 25. We're coming right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We are talking with our man Paul from Nevada. We're talking Bitcoin. We're talking cryptocurrencies. Paul, let me ask you, you know, you got Ripple, you got Ethereum, we got Litecoin. What is the chatter that's out there? And the reason I'm asking is that we know on Twitter that cryptocurrency in general, even a couple weeks ago, that was the biggest handle out there, meaning that the chatter was so dramatic, right? Now, is the chatter like it's the end of the world out here right now?
You know, most of the people that I follow that are involved in the space, they call it HODL. You know, hold on for dear life.
I see.
And
oh, man.
that's what they're doing right now. Most of them believe that we are going higher, in, you know, that they believe in the blockchain, they believe in their coins, and they're holding no matter what. So
okay, then it's not ready to buy.
You know what's scary? Just an anecdote. So I'm not sure if you were listening the day we talked about this, Paul. But, Tom, if you remember, I was talking about I was in the gym one evening, and I was sitting in the sauna, and two young guys, I say kids, they were in college, you know, 21, maybe 22. And this was when Ripple was really having a tear. It was above $2. It might have even been approaching $3. And one of the guys was talking about taking out student loans to buy Ripple.
Wow.
And I couldn't help but roll my eyes. And what was amusing, and it's not an amusing story, but the amusing part was that his friend was saying, would you talk some sense into my buddy? You know, one was the rational kid. The other kid was saying, man, it's just going up so much. I could, you know, take out a loan. I pay it back in like 3 days, and then I got, you know, a free position. And I was just being like, this is not good for what, and that, you know, poor, you know, Ripple, I mean, we're under 90 cents right now. And so I wonder if people in those spots, and unfortunately there's going to be many, if they are holding on for dear life, because that's a scary deal, man. You know, something like Ripple, I mean, what are they? There's already 60 billion of them out there. There's going to be like 100 billion. Now, Ripple's going to have legs from, you know, I see the financial capabilities, but that doesn't mean that the value of it needs to be $2, $5, $10 just because it's going to have value, you know, which is the scary part of things.
That hold on for dear life is pretty a trip, man. Someone in the den is saying the same thing. Hey, Paul, you know, as I'm looking at this, though, you know what may happen here is that it may be like, I like how Ripple is actually just set up. You know, I get the chart up here, and man, Ripple, so it started off at 22 cents, let's say December 12th, right? Huge sign of strength on the 14th. You went from 45 to 88. And like, okay, it may be that a couple of these smaller ones will get Bitcoin to bounce itself. Because, you know, if you're going to trade these, this is where, you know, if you're stepping in at 89 and then you step in at 24, you're basically, you know, in there at like 60 cents or something. So that's interesting, man. I want to pull up another one here. Let me see this. So
I think they're going to bounce here. I mean, they look like they're going to bounce to me, but I'll tell you what, just to dovetail on what Tommy was saying, I read an article that people were actually taking second mortgages on their homes to buy Bitcoin when it was up 18, 19,000 per coin. And I can only imagine
all of these stories, which is all of these stories, which is a shame, were all around the same time too. That, you know, they really were. That anecdote, because I remember those stories too, Paul, and it was all around the same time, which was the scariest thing because they all were up so much with no pullback at that level. I would have, you know, if I ran into the same two kids for the first time today in the gym and they were saying I might do it at Ripple at 88 cents because it pulled back, I wouldn't be so aghast, you know, you really wouldn't. Or if somebody was doing that with Bitcoin, it's still foolish to take out debt for cryptocurrencies, I believe, but you wouldn't be so aghast. But that was the scary part, is that it was all when it had just gone to the moon without any type of a blip. And they were everywhere, man.
And those you know, those stories those stories tell me this thing's not over either. Yeah, that's you know,
it's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, so
you got to give those kids the website and tell them to come take a seminar and learn a little bit.
Listen, I was telling them, man, I was telling them I deal with finance and trading, and, you know, you're young, you know, you have no business taking out student debt, because that's what I said, what do you do when it goes to zero, man? You have student debt that you didn't even take, you know, apply to your education, and now you have debt and you're not even working. I mean, you know, people have a tendency in a lot of aspects of life to kind of plan for rosy situations, you know. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it does not always go as you hope, and that is especially true when we talk about buying cryptocurrencies. I'd say anybody should realize that if you're in that game.
Oof, intense, man.
I know.
Intense. So, what are you gonna do
over the weekend? Go Patriots, and we'll see how everything shakes out come Monday morning, gentlemen.
Okay, brother. Thanks for the call, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Sure. It's too bad. As we hung up, we'll see. I hope Paul enjoys. Las Vegas has to be fun on Super Bowl Sunday, right?
Huge. Yeah. Absolutely huge.
Lots of action, I'm sure.
Yeah. Let's see. They don't have I'm sure they have a gambling one out here, but the amount of money that's going to be bet on this game is extraordinary. There's no doubt.
Oh,
yeah.
Always remarkable. It is. And
huge.
Ticket prices. You have two big teams in terms of followings. Patriots of Patriots Nation, but Eagles, they got a big following. Big city in the Northeast, Philly. It should be interesting, man. The
cheapest ticket yesterday, I was reading it, because what happened since 2015, the NFL got a better grip on the tickets in general. So normally the tickets go down like right now, but then they haven't. $4,123 was the cheapest ticket yesterday.
Okay.
I've seen,
and I have a good friend. His fiance works for Bud Light.
Okay.
They live in New York. For marketing. She works for the agency for Bud Light.
Yeah.
So she flew out there. She's got a ticket. So he's flying out there with the hopes of securing a ticket. So he's been all over the market with updates every day as to where it is. And he thinks he's going to take, worst case scenario, he's going to take about a few grand and see what he can finagle ahead of game time.
Right.
And that's, we were just talking about theory-wise, right? Even this morning we were talking about it in our group chat with some friends and myself. It's really interesting what probably must happen as game time approaches and people have unsold tickets.
Right.
Because, man, it's quite a negotiation when you have a ticket 10 minutes before game time that's worth thousands of dollars, and in the span of 3 hours, that ticket's going to be worth zero.
Right.
So quite a game theory, like where do you go? Where's the negotiation? Do you lowball? How low do you go? And if you're selling it, right, what's the risk reward to making sure it's just quite a dynamic that only exists on the Super Bowl, because any other ticket scalper factors in that they might end up with unsold tickets, but that doesn't happen on the Super Bowl. So at some point they all get sold. But man, it's like no other asset goes from thousands of dollars to zero. In certainty, that's going to happen over the period of 3 hours.
Yeah.
Cool.
And what happens also, folks, and this has changed over the dynamics, bottom line, you better have a lot of cash on you, because, and people don't have a lot of cash on them. So that changes also. So it's like, yeah, you're going to take a check? Oh, really?
Then I wonder how, they're getting a lot better at the fake tickets. But still, you talk about thousands of dollars. How can you be sure? It's a very retail market. You have some person that flew out there. They can't be sure. There's that dynamic that goes into it.
No doubt.
Thousands, then the guy's gone, right?
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 251. You get the Nasdaq off 52. S&Ps are off 21. Let's go to our man, Tiger. Tiger, Jim, right from Minneapolis, right from the center of everything that's going to be happening out here.
Right from the epicenter of the Super Bowl, Tom. It's live from Minneapolis. Here we are, -3 degrees. We're warming it up here for you.
Oh man, good morning. Wake up to that weather, man.
Oh, it's a good thing we have 9 miles of skyway to walk around in downtown Minneapolis. But
that's amazing. Yeah, 9 miles of skyway, and of course you get a brand new dome. That's phenomenal, right?
The People's Stadium, $1.3 billion. You know.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
And and we've got a new. The Vikings have a new practice facility. Also, they're building and finishing. The University of Minnesota's got a new facility. You've got a new soccer stadium going up. You've got the Twins got one not too long ago. You know.
That's awesome, man.
We gotta build and finance all this stuff just to, keep the billionaires happy, I guess. So.
Well, all those folks from Philly and New England are going to be coming in and hopefully dropping a lot of dollars
Hey,
on you.
Just told you, I have one friend showing up with thousands of dollars in cash, and he'll be contributing it to the market in somehow. So hopefully.
Yeah. Tell them to look on Ticket King locally here is where I've heard where.
Okay, great. I appreciate it. I will, man.
King,
definitely.
And I know they were around a couple days ago. You could buy one for $3,000. So I don't know where they're at.
I'll let them know that.
It's an insanity downtown around the whole loop. Some of the stuff, the activities they've got outside on the Nicollet Mall, obviously. They've got an outdoor stage and bands, and now it'll be interesting to see tonight what to stand outside when it's -15 wind chill is a little
Troopers,
nuts.
Man. And that's great that, they brought a Super Bowl to some cold weather, and it would be fun to see. Now, I know the NFL loves it. It's either going to be in a dome or they want it somewhere warm weather because they get nervous about, the game being impeded by a storm or something like that. But it's nice you guys have such an awesome stadium. You get a nice that the Super Bowl ends up there. We've been lucky in Tampa. I think we've had 2 since I've been down here. So we've got to see some of that excitement for the entire week, and it's awesome. You can go out any night of the week, and it's a party around the entire city. It's good for the economy and all that stuff, for sure.
Yeah, it's insane. And, all the people, I know some guys that, down and kind of tight into downtown have rented houses for $14,000 for 3 nights. It's nice houses, but still,
I bet I have a lot of friends hanging out at that house to support that $14,000, right? Totally.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But, parking spots are going to be $1,000 for the day, right around the stadium.
Wow.
In some spots,
it is one of those things where it doesn't happen often, and life is about experiences, and that's what my friend was kind of saying, right? You know, he's got a chance to go to the Super Bowl. The Patriots are in it. His fiance already has a ticket, so it kind of feels like they're splitting it 50% of what they normally pay if they both had to go. And life's about experiences sometimes. So
Tommy, what's the line at? What are you seeing? I haven't even checked.
You know, I think it was at about 5.5 to 6, and I know that the money line. So if you were just going to bet the Patriots to win, it was at about -200. So if you're putting up 10 grand, you win 5 grand type of just for the straight up win or loss on the Patriots. And I'm sure it's somewhat similar, minus a little bit of a spread if you're betting on the Eagles outright. It's an interesting game, man. You know, you have the Patriots and everybody knows about them, but the Philadelphia dynamic, they've been a powerhouse team. You know, they really put it to your Vikings, man, to get in there, and they have a backup quarterback, which really adds this dynamic, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, he's actually buddies with Case Keenum, who was our backup guy.
Is he? Okay. And Foles, I mean, he's a backup this year, but he was a powerhouse in his own right not that long ago, you know, having quite a season. So he's not some kind of backup that's never had the chance before.
It
should be a good game.
All of our quarterbacks are our free agents this year.
I know, right?
It's going to be an interesting
all the quarterbacks. It seems like the NFL already with some quarterback trades going on with KC and Washington, and there should be some interesting dynamics in the offseason.
I was going to say, Tom and Tommy, you were talking about the volatility in the cryptos. I look at some of these marijuana stocks are the same way. You know, they've come all the way back down to where they blew out of. You know.
Oh, I love where they are, man. I'm telling you, like I've been watching Canopy like crazy, man. I mean, you know, Canopy was one of the largest ones out there, folks. Because you have a high volume high at $44, so that's game to get tested, right? You know, same deal though. They went exponential, went from $8 up to $44. You're pulling back in, and you know the first place I was thinking they were going to go anyway is 21.72, and you're coming right in there, man. So I mean, what's game here is even like 13, and hey, that's pretty cool. You know, the difference is that what I like about this is that you have a consolidation, and it is a monster, man. There's no doubt about it. You know, it can take a couple of years to get back up there, but I suspect it's going to come back right where it actually started from. Not started down at $3, but started somewhere into this 1360 area. And
that's on Canopy? Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, on Canopy. And what you have, this is what's so cool, folks, is that what you have is that, so picture it, the fundamental growth aspect is there. And what they're expecting is that, you know, last year they did 39 million. This year they're looking at 86. 2019 they're looking to do 324. And what that is that now Canopy will not trade it trades in the United States, but they won't do any business at all in the United States because it's against federal law. So what they're doing businesses in other countries, and what they're doing where they're banking on is that in Canada, it's totally recreational, legal.
And I think it's only Canada, just to put things in. I'm pretty sure it's just Canada.
So it could be.
And that's, I mean, just so, and there's no, you know, in the U.S. you're dealing with a lot of uncertainty, right? And there is some uncertainty, but federally it's legal. Now, the different areas in Canada can pass their own different regulations, but no matter what, you're not dealing with the type of uncertainty that you have in the U.S. So, yeah, there'll be some ups and downs, but that trend is not about to get cut off anytime soon.
No, it's know, so that's, you know, and there's a few others up there, and you know, the bottom line is that you know, you get the expansion up, you're pulling back. You get the, you know, still the volume's a little bit too tough right now. I wouldn't be taking it now. Actually, this is pretty cool, actually, because now, you know what, this is a small ABC down. Well, actually, it's bigger. It's 39, 27, $12. Gets you $20. Like it. With 23. This is an ABC down. It's breaking the B point today with volume. So now you get $20. So guess what? 13's probably game, which would be just that'd be a nice setup, man. You know,
what was that acronym Paul had from Hold On?
Yeah, Hold on for dear life. That was
HODL, hold on.
Seriously,
hold on
man.
For dear life. Yeah.
That's intense.
That is.
All right, guys, have a great one.
Have a great one, Jim.
Have a great
Thanks
weekend,
for calling,
Jim.
man.
Enjoy, man.
Go Patriots.
Go Patriots. It's a beautiful thing. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are going to be coming back, and we get Tom from Plymouth coming up. We're going to be talking about the junior minors. Absolutely. Come right back, folks.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earn me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to our man Tom in Plymouth. We're going to be talking about JNUG. That's the Direction 300% bull position. What's happening, brother?
Hey, good morning, Tom and Tommy. How are you?
Morning, Tom.
Doing great, man.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing pretty well. I can't complain.
Good. You recuperating and well? I know you had a little bit of a setback. How you feeling, man? Good?
I think I'm pretty well back, you know?
Good. Good to hear it, man.
We'll see you on Sunday.
That's right.
Hey, so did you buy this morning?
Yes, I did. I'm wondering. I don't know. I just tuned in, so I don't know if you guys talked about this already, but
no, we didn't.
Yeah.
But I like it. I'm long in the Nadex platform at 1336 in the physical.
Nice.
You know, well, it's down $4 right now, but that's not the end of the world. These are setting up, man. It's still early in the day. My take here is that you're going to, as we keep going through this day, you know, we'll see whether the dollar gives it up again, but I like the action because they've slammed everything down right across the board, and it's like this is early for a slam down, you know. We got a long time left, man.
And it's Friday, so
exactly.
The volume's light, right?
Oh yeah, it rejected lower price with light volume, and it's coming into some really good strength, man. You're talking 15 million. You're talking you got under 18 million. You're at 8. I like the way it's trading. If we go to the GDX, the same deal there with the GDX. GDX, they slammed down good. They got it down to 22.94. It got under the swing. It's already rejected that level, and this is where we broke topside, so it has a shot. If the GDX goes up another 10 cents, man, this thing can go. And it's only 11 o'clock, man, so pretty cool. Cooking, brother. Go Patriots.
Right, go Patriots.
Thanks, Tom.
Thanks,
Go
Tommy.
Patriots.
See you guys.
Okay.
Folks, you stay right there. We got swim lessons coming up next, and then, of course, we got Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Wow! Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.